Woo! Welcome back. So, we're here on episode going to be Deucem of the EG. So, you already know what it is. I'm in built. Mr. Dilly's hanging out with us tonight. So, where we left off on the last video is where we're at now. The shop's a mess. We ripped that motor out and just got it bolted in here. Didn't even tighten the bolts. Just got it bolted in so I could have it in for you guys. So, tonight's goal is actually going to be, depending on how far we get, we might be able to run the motor with the turbo. We'll see. Probably not, because I have to pull the pan off, and it needed a gasket anyway, but I have to pull the pan off to put the return line on, and I'm going to have to let it sit because I use RTV on the gaskets, so I might not be able to run it. But I'm going to try to get the swap finished up. We're going to get our Skunk 2 coilover swapped into here. We're going to get the DR21s put on the Civic, and we're going to try to finish up the swap. Actually, I think what we might do is finish the whole swap and pull the turbo back off. I mean, it's just bolted on with the exhaust, and just fire the motor, you know, so you guys can see that it is running and working. So I'm going to do what we always do, fucking time lapse, because that's what this channel is about, is time lapse. Dilly, tonight, yeah. We need to, you look high as fuck, my boy. Are you rubbing your eyes? Yeah. You look like you just took a fat dab. Tonight we're going to sit down and order some gaskets for his motor, because we need to get this fucking thing going. So I know we talked about it before. We got his tranny built. This is a GSR tranny I bought from my friend Sam a long time ago, actually, like what, 4 or 5 years ago now? And we've always had it on this motor. And so what he's done now is, this went to Nate Built here in Minnesota. This is a F2B plateless kit. That's why these are threaded. I know you can't really see it, but the holes are threaded. Anyway, so we got an M Factory LSD, synchros in 3rd and 4th, and then he put a helicoil in here because that was damaged. This is also damaged, so we're going to have to cut this off. But we got to order mainsail gasket, oil pump gasket, intake gasket. Well, we probably don't have to do the intake. I'm sure that's fine. And probably the cam seals. So we can get this set up back together and get it back in his car. You know what? I forgot my wastegate at my house. I forgot it. I got a brand new, just eBay special wastegate for this, because we're just going cheap on this build. So anyways, I'm going to throw you guys on a time lapse, and we're just going to rip through this, and we're going to try to get this car back together. So when we get back to the normal video, I think we'll be test firing it. bitch. All right. Fuck. Yeah, I just had a little bit of fun trying to get the ECU out of the Integra because it was stuck. Rotted off bolt. Ended up breaking a quarter of the ECU casing. Anyway, so we got all the suspension in. The front is definitely going to have to get raised, and the rear is going to have to drop. It's way too much gap. If you guys saw in the time lapse, that control arm is completely fucked. And I tried to get one out of the parts Integra, but that control arm is completely fucked. So tonight I'm gonna order a couple of just cheap ass coil control arms for the rear and just replace it all. So what we're gonna do now is, I'm fucking out of breath. We got the harness connected, fuel, clutch, axles, the rest is suspension as you saw. So this car is pretty much 99% done. I took the turbo kit off for the first startup because I don't have a feed line installed yet, and I don't want to run the turbo without the feed line. So, Dylan, let me see if it has oil. I'm pretty sure, yep, it's got oil. I didn't drain it. So when it knocks, go ahead and shut it off. Yeah. But I think we should be good to do the first test fire in the EG. Yeah. Make sure it's a neutral. First gear, you said? First gear, right into me. Yes, sir. You ready? Yeah, I guess so. Nothing. Nothing? Maybe I don't got that signal wire on good enough. I thought I did. Just rip that piece off. You don't need that. All right, try again. Nothing? No. Try again. Huh. All right, so I don't know why the fucking starter won't work. I'll catch up with you guys when I figure it out. Okay, so I don't know what's going on with my ignition on the car. It's not working with the key. I checked the ignition fuse, that's good. I checked the starter signal fuse, that's good. I even replaced it. I can jump it manually with a wire on the starter and it works just fine. So there must be a connection issue from the signal wire into the cab or the chassis, or maybe on Integras, they have a different side where the wire goes in or something than EG, which I really don't think so. I mean, you could take a 96 Del Sol harness that looks like it's OBD1, has the shock tower plugs, not like an EK, and I plugged it into this EG and it fired right up. So I don't think that's the issue either. But something's going on to where it doesn't want to fire with the key. So I don't know, and it worked before because I've had 2 motors in this car and the car ran just fine. The key worked like it should. So I'm not sure why the key isn't working. But anyways, I'm gonna give you the dilly here, and is it neutral? Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and just jump it so you guys can at least get to see that it runs. I already had it fire over on me, so I know it works. But that's what we'll do here. So I need to find that wire I had. Right here. So like I was saying, I don't know if this ignition wire is fucked up or something, but it did work in the Integra too, so, but for some reason it ain't working. So anyways, what I'm gonna do, this is gonna be loud, but I'm gonna jump the starter. I think the throttle body might have a slight leak, because that should have killed it, unless I missed a vacuum port somewhere. But anyway, so like you guys see, the motor swap does run, and we got the wheels swapped and the suspension, and like I already went over, we got to do the control arms in the rear. That's about as far as I'm gonna get for tonight. I gotta order the control arms and shit and see what's going on. So I had a different starter in it. I did this off camera. And I went to put the battery terminal on and the starter arced out really bad. And I think what happened is, and this is the starter from the Integra, when I loosened the 12, the stud was all weird. So it could have short circuited the signal wire somehow, or there's another fuse that's tied into it that I don't know of. But the car runs, it's together. It does look like it has a little vacuum leak, and they silicone the throttle body. So I might take that off and get a new throttle body gasket. So we'll see what that does. Besides that, this is going to be a short video, you know, a little time lapse, just an update on what we did. This is my only day off for the week, so I don't have much time to do anything else. But the EG is together. It's about 99%. So once I get the rest of the parts here, we're going to start putting the turbo kit all together. So I'm going to order those tonight, get the turbo kit set up, intercooler. I got a brand new wastegate, blow-off valve, and all that bullshit. So get the radiator in it. My buddy Truman that you saw with that Accord, he's going to build me a downpipe to run that Apexi. And we're just going to kind of go over the car. So it's not too bad. Decent little deal going on. Gold wheels look decent on her. You know, it's a pretty much 99.9% rust-free EG sedan. EX model, rear disc, sunroof, power windows, all that bullshit. So thanks for watching. We'll catch you guys next time.